Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, Excellency, the immediate past President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellency, the former Head of State of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, General Yakubu Gowon, the President of the Senate, I'm the Speaker, the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Assembly, Your Excellencies, Governors present, Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by congratulating my dear brother Femi Adesina for writing this book, Working with Buhari, Reflections of a Special Advisor, Media and Publicity. There have been quite a few books already written about President Buhari, and they cover a lot of detail, a lot of it historical, and of course several about his numerous achievements since he first came into office in 1983. But the reason why this personal account will be interesting for those who read it, and I have had the particular good fortune of having read it before today. The reason why this is particularly interesting is because even after 8 years of being president, President Buhari, and so many books written, President Buhari still remains an enigma to many Nigerians who want to understand who really is President Buhari. Not the public persona, but who is he as a person. And I think Femi Adesina has done a great job, especially in covering an aspect of the former president that is not well known, which is his sense of humor, his ability to tell a good joke and to take a good joke, his ability to laugh at himself. I have a long repertoire of Buhari jokes, and Femi has helped me to add a few more, and one day soon we will launch a book, this time not working with Buhari, but laughing with Buhari. But permit me to share a few anecdotes. Femi Adesina writes that on the day that the then President Buhari, this was his first day in office at the Villa, he requested him to meet with journalists accredited to the Villa in the State House Press Gallery. And the President came in, he shook hands with them, with all the journalists, and as they introduced themselves, he had something to say to each of them. Then when Juliana Taiwo Obalonye introduced herself as representing the Sun newspapers, the President said, warn your cartoonist, my chin is not as long as he usually makes it. Sometime in 2019, I complained to him very bitterly about a libelous comment that was made against me, and that I wanted to give him notice that I would be suing those who had libeled me. And he said to me in his usual style, Professor, don't let these people bother you. Do you know what they did to me recently? They actually printed an invitation card that I was going to get married. on a Friday at the National Mosque. He said, and you won't believe Nigerians, there were thousands of them waiting for me at the National waiting for me to come and get married. and to tell you that President Buhari was always ready to laugh at himself. Of course, we've heard already from General IBM Haruna, retired, of how, when he was being criticized about his journeys and all that. But the second part of that story is that Femi also additionally tells the story of how, following his overseas trips, which were criticized, by the press, in an opinion piece in a newspaper criticizing his travels abroad, the headline was, "When will President Buhari visit Nigeria?" End of quote. And the president laughed and laughed. I remember sometime in 2016, just before he went on his medical vacation, I told him I wanted to visit the oil-producing communities in the Delta, and that I thought dialogue with the militants in the wake of the destruction of pipelines and other assets was a good idea. And he told me the experiences of the then Minister of Youth and Sports, Talong, who had visited the Delta some time back. But while agreeing with me that it was a good idea, and just as I was getting up to leave, he said with that mischievous glint in his eye, "Professor, don't be the first vice president to be kidnapped." There's a story that the president likes to tell, and it is about the German sentry. And Femi Adesina recounts that story in the book. And President Buhari told that story again when the Peace Committee, headed by General Abdusalam Abubakar, visited him. And also in that team were the Sultan of Sokoto and Bishop Hassan Kuka. They had come to appeal to him and that the anti-corruption war should be waged within the ambit of the rule of law. The president listened patiently and then responded, "In the military, there used to be a joke about the German sentry." And he then explained that when a sentry is on duty at night, an ordinary sentry, and he hears any movement in the dark, he would back out. "Who goes there?"